Today we're going to be processing our turkey. We cooked it yesterday and I've let it cool overnight in the refrigerator. I've also got some turkey broth from that turkey. So I'm going to show you how I prepare it for the year. So the first thing that I wanted to show you was the broth that I got from the turkey. And I always leave that overnight in the refrigerator because the fat rises to the top. Now you can use a fat separator to take the fat off, but I find this is really the easiest method. Then I had a little bit of leftover I put in this other container. So let me show you how I do that. So this is the fat that I have in my broth. All I do is I take a spoon, and look at that. I put it on a little piece of plastic and I actually throw this away. I know some people save it and use it for different things. I don't really do that, so I'm just gonna skim mine off and throw it away. So all I'm gonna do is pour this jelly broth into my pan. Now I'm just gonna set this aside because I'm gonna be adding my chicken or my turkey bones to this. And then we're gonna be cooking it down and we're gonna make a lot more broth. This broth is great to put in chilies or stews or soups, and it's really healthy too. I mean, the bone marrow from the turkey, it has a lot of good things in it, plus all these herbs and spices. I mean, the broth just smells amazing. So let me show you now how I separate the turkey. So I just cut the white meat into slices. This is primarily what I'm going to be using to make my sandwiches. So I want pieces like this that I'll be able to make into sandwiches at a later date. And the white meat's not bad, but I'm going to put on some gloves because this dark meat, a lot of times there's just more fat in it. Now I use more of the dark meats. See how nice that is? This turkey came out so good. It's so moist and it just smells so good from all these spices I used. I love it. Okay. All right, well I'm gonna keep working away at the white meat and then I'll show you how I do the dark meat. So look at all this beautiful white meat that I'm taking off this turkey. It's just gonna be wonderful for sandwiches. Now I'm gonna start working on some of the dark meat. Basically what I'm gonna do is just turn this turkey, because I've got a thigh right down here on the bottom. And all I'm gonna do is kind of pull it away, just like so. Now this is going to be more the meat that I'm going to use for casseroles or, something like that. I'm not really somebody who likes a lot of dark meat like on sandwiches and things like that. But, this will work out really nice for casseroles and things in my house. I've also got the legs. I'm going to take some of this meat off. And then I'm gonna kind of cut it up. I think I'm gonna be chopping the dark meat up just so that I can measure it for other things. So let me work on this and I'll show you what I have as soon as this is all done. Okay, so let me show you what I've done. So I have a plate of white meat sliced up, and I've got a mix of dark and some white meat from like the wings and, those little drumsticks. And then I've got some scraps right here. This is basically just fat and some of the old herbs. Along with my jelly broth, I put the bones in here. So I'm gonna add some chicken broth to this, and I am just gonna cook this all day long. So I've put my turkey on to boil, my bones anyway. I'm making the broth, and like I said, this is gonna cook for several hours. I have my turkey, I've got my white meat all cut up, and then I've got my dark meat. And I have something, I've had it for years, so I have this big kind of, it's just kind of a big food saver. Now they're much more small and compact, and they're a lot less expensive. So if it's something that you've been thinking of investing in, I'm going to link a couple down below that are inexpensive and easy to use. Now, I really like these. I use them in the summer for a lot of my fruits and vegetables, but I also use them for things like this, because I can pre-measure and pre-package my food and put it in the freezer, and in 6 months, it's gonna be just like the day that I cooked it. So all I'm gonna do right now is pre-cut some of these bags. So I'm gonna start off first with the white meat, and all I'm gonna do is put enough in to make a sandwich or two. And I'm just gonna put these in the bag. Looks like a nice sandwich. And I just fill up these bags. Now you can see from one turkey, now this was a turkey I got on sale. It was basically about $7. And I am gonna get so many meals out of this. So I basically got 5 bags of the sliced turkey. They're all sealed up, so I'm gonna go put those in the freezer. And then I have some for a sandwich tonight. So that's actually 6 meals of the sliced turkey. And now I'm going to measure the dark turkey and get that all put together. So with the dark meat, all I'm gonna do is measure about a cup, maybe a little, like a full heavy cup in each one of these bags. And I'll fill them up, and then I'll see, you know, if I need to put a little bit more or a little bit less, but I think that looks like a good amount. Like if I'm making some soup or, you know, what have you. It's really nice to have all this pre-made, and all you have to do is just take it out of the freezer, and you've got something that now could be made into dinner in a very short period of time. I've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bags of chopped up dark meat. So I'm gonna go ahead and seal and label those and get those ready for the freezer. Alrighty, I've got all of my dark meat pre-measured into Ziploc bags, and I'm gonna go ahead and throw these in the freezer. And then when I'm ready to have something that requires this kind of food, then I have it all ready to go. So I'm just gonna keep cooking the broth several hours actually, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna can it up tomorrow or not. I need to let it sit in the refrigerator tonight so that I can get more of the fat off the top, and then I'll decide I'll either put it in Ziploc bags and freeze it, or I'll go ahead and can it. So thank you for joining me. I ended up getting 7 meals of the white meat. I got 5 of the dark, and then I got some for a sandwich tonight. So I hope this motivates you. If you are considering buying a turkey for the holidays, maybe make one up for yourself and just take advantage of ways that you can preserve it throughout the year. And you don't have to have a food saver to do this. You can do it with Ziploc bags, and there's a lot of ways that you can push the air out of them, and they'll work just fine. So thank you for joining me today. Thank you for coming along with me while I cooked my turkey. Now, if you didn't see that video and you'd like to see me cook my turkey, I'm gonna link it right above, so feel free to click on that, and I'll see you next time.